Welcome back to this portion of Hub City TV, known as I'm Perry Robinson, your host for today. A professional athlete's job means more than just playing the game. How he or she acts says it all. As role models, YMCA director Ann Culpepper says, athletes of all ages must display good sportsmanship. Sports stars like Cam Newton recently came under fire for unsportsmanlike conduct. The roles coaches and parents play in teaching proper sportsmanship is more important than ever.
I think it's really important that professional athletes have a good sense of mind with what they're doing and how they're being perceived to younger kids. I think it's important to have good sportsmanship and to show good manners and be polite because, the game they played was pretty fair.
Cam Newton is just one of many sports stars to push the limits on sportsmanlike behavior. These occurrences can make an impression on even the youngest of athletes.
There's so many eyes that are watching a professional sports person, an athlete or coach or anyone that represents a group that they're involved in, because they have such an influence on their minds.
The branch executive director of the Peddle Family YMCA, Ann Culpepper, believes role models aren't just famous athletes. They are coaches, parents, and even other players.
So no matter what we can't control, what we can control when we're in their presence is being a good role model and making a difference in every life.
And what these young athletes learn now can shape how they mature.
If they have a behavior that is not becoming a good sportsmanship and they don't have someone to kind of set that guideline and say that's okay to not feel that way or to feel that way, that really helps to develop them as far as their core values as they get older and what decisions they're going to make.
As the previous story shows, athletes' behavior, both on and off the field, makes a difference. But how players feel about their bodies may surprise you. Hub City TV reporter Brinley Tompkins explores the world of sports, players, and body image.
Start him up, Dylan.
Collegiate athletes face an intimidating challenge both on and off the field.
We challenge them in the off-season prior to them getting here to get themselves in shape.
Coaches provide players with workout regimens and nutrition literature specific to their positions. An outfielder and one of the starting lineup understands there's a lot of pressure on him.
The games are way more important day in and day out. Our coaches' jobs are on the line, and so they expect out of us, just what we expect out of them. We gotta put forth the effort that they do, and the big part of that in college athletes is their body.
It seems like we have to push those guys a little more and challenge them in different ways to get their weight.
Coaches expect Bordeaux to gain muscle while maintaining speed.
That's where that fine line kind of comes in, where I can't gain too much weight because then that slows me down. Overall, my body since I've gotten here has definitely developed and better than it was when I first came.
Is fitness technology worth the extra money to help you run that extra mile? Reporter Jillian Rodriguez has the story.
Fitbits are tiny computers in a wearable bracelet that track your daily fitness routine. Just tap the Fitbit and it'll tell you
the distance in miles, calories burned, and your stairs.
All this information in a little device. It will even keep track of your progress on a Fitbit app. Many use their Fitbits to track the steps they take. However, these devices can be used to track a wide variety of other things, from sleep patterns to counting calories. When asked if owning a Fitbit changed her fitness routine, Hattiesburg resident Alyssa Drimes says,
It did change. I get up and do more. I realize that I do a lot.
These gadgets are an easy way to track your fitness routine, but are they worth the $100 price tag? There are many apps you can download for under $5 that offer the same services.
There's an app here that I count my steps with, and I try to get at least 10,000.
Some Hattiesburg residents think the fitness technology is not worth the money for people who get plenty of exercise per day.
If you're in a really stationary job, like if you're in an office cubicle all day long, so you tend to get more obese, it's easier to count your steps that way. So it's good for that, but I think it's stupid when you walk to and from class every day.
Thomas Dias, the associate director at the Pain Center, says,
I think people really do push themselves to actually get up and try to get to that 10,000 step or whatever they set their goal at that day.
While both sides have pros and cons, the decision to invest in a Fitbit or not is up to the consumer. For Hub City TV, this is Jillian Rodriguez.
When it comes to the game of soccer, don't expect players to keep their head in the game. Reporter Jessica Hayes introduces new safety restrictions for players 12 and under.
Rules in place, youth soccer players will now have to take their head out of the game. According to the U.S. Soccer Federation, players under the age of 12 would no longer be able to head the ball. Mitchell Rock says this rule came about to ensure each player's safety.
It's more of a safety issue for teams, and it's only 12-year-olds and under.
Rock also says that taking this skill out may hinder players.
And I'm just personally afraid for those kids that they're going to miss out on a key aspect of the game, and it might ruin their chances of, making a high school team or something.
Mary Ann Dillon says she can see the rules from both perspectives.
I can see it from both sides. I understand protecting the players, and I think that's very important. And if you don't headbutt the ball correctly, I can see where it can cause damage. On the flip side, I think that's what we're out here to do, is teach the children how to play correctly and how to show them how to headbutt correctly.
If called headbutting, referee says the penalty can result into a direct free kick.
With Hub City TV, I am Jessica Hayes.
After the break, we stump the Pine Belt with some Braves teasing questions. So, stick around.